Hello, my name is Sam Raimi. I'm the director of the motion picture Spider-Man, which you've paid too much money to see. And with me is my good friend and co-producer, Grant Curtis.
And I'm Laura Ziskin, and I'm here at the Sony Studios with Kirsten Dunst, and we're going to talk about Spider-Man. We're here at Sony where we spent most of last year making the Spider-Man movie. Kyle Cooper, who did the titles to the movie, created this logo for Marvel, which has actually gotten an ovation in the theaters. The first time we showed the movie, people clapped for the Marvel logo.
We're recording this from ADR 2 on the Columbia Pictures lot, which is right next to the scoring stage. If you ever get a chance to see it, it's a little black box. Do a lot of voice work for pictures. Well, Grant, why don't you kick in? What are your thoughts about this opening title sequence?
Beautiful title sequence designed by Kyle Cooper and Imaginary Forces. Very well done.
He worked tirelessly with a great team of artists creating this. It took many months, return trips to the editing room, back into his world and back to the editing room. A lot of artists and technicians spent a lot of time crafting this sequence. We really didn't want to show Spider-Man earlier in the movie because it was his origin story, but we wanted to give the audience a taste of him. So we tried to design with Kyle and his team some sequence that would give the audience the flavor of the character without actually spoiling the big reveal of Spider-Man before it was due.
I think this is one of the best title sequences I've ever seen in my entire life of any film.
When I first came on the movie, Sam said the way he likes to work is to have two editors. They each work individually, and then he sees both of their cuts and both of their material scene for scene, and then at the end of the first cutting process, he'll screen the two movies back to back, the two cuts. And then, in his words, he then likes to mush them together.
I could tell,
Yeah.
like, I think it's such a smart idea to have those two different perspectives.
It's a great honor to have a chance to make the Spider-Man picture and work briefly with Stan Lee. He's always been one of my childhood heroes. Created some of the greatest fiction characters in American comic book history.
That was my favorite day on the set when he came by. That was bizarre.
What was that like?
It was just, you guys were in watching dailies, and I waited outside for Stan. He showed up while you guys were in dailies, and the whole crew had broken for lunch, and I just showed Stan around the Times Square set out in Downey, and it was very bizarre introducing the creator of Spider-Man to the world of Spider-Man on the film set, and he just walked around with a big smile on his face, and he was thoroughly pleased.
Was it what he had hoped it would be?
I think it was, and more. I mean, he could tell that from everybody was putting their 100% effort into making his vision and your vision come through on screen, and he knew it was being well taken care of.
That's me.
Tell him to stop, please! Hey! Stop the bus!
Stop! He's been chasing us since Woodhaven Boulevard.
This was shot in Queens, New York. On the right is my brother and his family walking as cameos.
That was Ivan?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And little Max and Sophie and Kyle.
One of the very first storyboards that I saw in the movie was the design of this scene of Peter chasing the bus and of the kitty, the sort of, shall we say, portly young man eating the donut. And it was really fun to see it come to life because it is exactly as he storyboarded it. Of course, brought to life by these lovely performances and the music and everything. Fun. I came into the movie in July of, what year are we in? 2000. And Sony had already made a decision to make the film, and they were in the very early stages of pre-production. Nobody had been, movie hadn't been cast yet, and the script was sort of in a state of flux. So that was when I came on to it. Avi Arad, who's the executive producer, of course, has been with it for many years, and it's sort of folklore now about how long it's taken to bring Spider-Man to the screen. I guess 18 years or so from when they first made a decision to try to make the movie. And we have all sort of only half jokingly said that it was a good thing that it took this long to get made because the technology didn't really exist to have Spider-Man do the things that the fans would expect him to do.
It was exciting to shoot this at Columbia University in New York.
It's a beautiful university.
The light kept changing dramatically when we were shooting this. There was tremendous amounts of problems for Don Burgess and the gaffers, grips. I thought Willem did a wonderful job in this picture. He is both warm and intelligent, sweet in this scene, and that was necessary because we really needed Peter Parker to look up to the character of Norman Osborn. And in some ways, Norman was supposed to be Pete's surrogate father in the piece. So Willem Dafoe had to have those qualities. At the same time, he had to be incredibly physically adept to be able to ride that goblin glider in that incredible suit. It was like riding a mechanical bull from those bars in the Southwest. It took an incredible amount of muscle ability and coordination. And the third thing we needed for that actor to pull this role off was he had to have, obviously, a great deal of menace to threaten Spider-Man. And I think Willem really pulled all three of those qualities together and delivered quite well in his performance.
This scene inside was, of course, shot months and months before in a location in Los Angeles.
Right near USC, right?
Right, in the Natural History Museum.
Next, we have the net web spider.
And this was during night shooting. It wasn't even in the day. I remember I was so tired.
Really
We worked
long
It was
nights,
split
yeah.
days, and then we were. It was probably at 2 a.m. We're doing this scene.
Yeah,
right now.
because it was because of the museum, and when we could have control of certain parts of it, we had to be at night. And these were the days when we had the spider guy,
Oh
the
right.
guy who was Steve Kutcher, who was actually
Spider wrangler.
wrangling the spiders.
Grass spider hunts using a set of reflexes with nerve conduction velocity so fast.
I had a great team of second unit directors who put together a lot of the pieces of these spiders for me. Doug Leffler did an excellent job. He was one of my chief storyboard artists and great second unit directors. And so was Jeff Lynch. He shot some of those spiders. And then we also had John Dykstra, who did additional second unit photography as a director. And Dick Buckley did an excellent job shooting on this picture. Delivered some great footage for that, the montage of the people speaking about Spider-Man in the second act. He shot a lot of that stuff, most of that stuff.
Sam was very fixed on what the spider would look like that would bite Peter. And we were shooting in the winter, and spiders are summer critters.
Right.
So this spider wrangler had to go to New Zealand and Australia to get spiders.
God.
But he came in the first day to see us with this box full of spiders, and we all sat there, slightly repulsed and slightly mesmerized as he played with his spiders.
I beg your pardon?
Neil did a beautiful job.
And his team created things like this web. Did a beautiful job out of monofilament and I think a hot glue gun.
Yeah. He worked closely with our special effects house and John Fraser, making all those webs.
I think she's so charming, along with Toby in this scene. They really give a lot of themselves. He's so afraid to ask her. He knows it's his chance and he can't let it pass him by.
Hey, can I take your picture? I need one with a student in it.
Sure. Yeah.
Great.
Where do you want me? Over here.
Yeah, that's great.
Don't make me look ugly.
That's impossible. Perfect.
That good?
Great. It's great.
I didn't really know a ton about Mary Jane. I knew I'd seen more Gwen Stacy for some odd reason. When I first met Sam, I was just flipping through the comics, and I saw her, and I was like, all right, I'm blonde, it makes sense. And I really didn't know a lot about Mary Jane and Peter's relationship, but of course I did lots of research after I got the role.
A lot of that is the real spider, the Black Widow with a dress, they call it, put over it, a little shell snapped over the abdomen of the spider so we could paint the shell without harming the actual spider. But sometimes that spider is created with the help of John Dykstra and his incredible CGI team of artists and technicians. And they really thought they did a great job matching the real spider.
General Slocum, good to see you again. Mr. Balkan, Mr. Fargus, Norman.
Mr. Osborne?
Always a pleasure to have our board of directors pay us a little visit.
I want to see the progress report on human performance enhancers.
We tried vapor
Neil Spisak did a lot of research on putting together this lab. I remember what his research told him was these projects come and go so quickly that everything was going to be on wheels. Nothing would be permanent. Everything jerry-rigged and brought in carts and rolling platforms. I thought that was so unlike what I had seen in the movies and so dead on.
Our entire staff certifies the product ready for human testing.
Dr. Strom?
We need to take the whole line back to formula.
Back to formula. Dr. Osborne, I'm going to be frank with you. I never supported your program. We have my predecessor to thank for that.
Norman, the General gave the go-ahead to Quest Aerospace to build a prototype of their exoskeleton design. They test in 2 weeks.
And if your so-called performance enhancers have not had a successful human trial by that date, I'm going to pull your funding. I'm going to give it to them. Gentlemen, ladies.
The Lord said, let there be light. And voila, there is light. 40 soft...
I love Cliff Robertson. He's an old school gentleman. Great actor. And he's got a really good soul, that fellow. He really brought a lot of life to a part that was, it was just a very simple role, but he infused it with a great deal of warmth and love. And that's what it's all about. He really made me miss him when he was gone in the story.
Well, let's look in the paper and see. There's the one ads. What do we got here? Computer salesman, computer engineer, computer analyst. My Lord, even the computers need analysts these days. May, I'm 68 years old. I'm too old for computers, and besides,
In this moment when May says to him, comforts him, he realizes in the performance that she's right here. And watch him listen to her.
We've been down and out before, but somehow we survive.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, sweetie. You're just...
He really is in the moment. He takes in what the other actors are saying and reacts to it in a realistic way.
Well, I'm going to go to sleep.
Rosemary gives him a lot of great stuff to act off of. She was great as Aunt May.
Did you get some pictures, Peter?
I got a crash. Everything's fine.
What's that all about?
We like this scene.
That's the computerized body on Toby.
Don't give away the secrets.
Same with the buff one too. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I will tell you this though: we did have the body double for Toby when he was skinny. Sam will get mad at me for telling this.
Oh,
but
wow.
he didn't think the guy was skinny enough. He kept
Really?
saying, I want somebody
Well, then
skinnier.
his head would look huge. I would look ridiculous.
Our editor, Bob Morosky, did a great job putting this dream sequence together. We really didn't have the money left to do what we wanted to do, so it was cut, but Bob scrapped together pieces from titles, old stock footage. It was used in Darkman, old picture I worked on with Bob, and some new graphics, and pulled it all together. And even a shot from an old Italian horror picture
Which shot was that?
That shot of the eyeball, the spider on it. I don't know if it's a Fulci picture, Lucio Fulci, or some other film, but that's where that's from.
Let me reschedule with a proper medical staff and a volunteer. I mean, if you just give me 2 weeks.
2 weeks? 2 weeks. We'll have lost the contractor quest, and Oscorp will be...
There's so much going on here with John Fraser's mechanical effects. I remember shooting in there. And all the precision timing with everything he's got going on with the computers and this table bed and the doors shutting. So it was really a beautiful work of art that he put together to make all this look so great.
Human potential.
Huh. It's cold.
I remember we really wanted to get this green gas, but every time we did a test with the green smoke, it was terribly toxic. Every combination we used with mechanical effects. Finally, at the last minute, we had to just use the white, I think liquid nitrogen, and then colorize it as a post-production effect.
Norman! Norman!
Oh my God. Norman?
That was a hard surface to light because it has so many angles of glass.
Norman!
I'm seeing a lot of reflections.
This scene makes everybody jump.
Yeah, it's
Scary.
It is scary. Whoa, that looks so good.
Great stunt pulled off by Haberstead, Jeff Haberstead and his guy going through that window.
This was really fun. This was something we tested early on with this giant pair of glasses in front of the camera. Yeah.
Yeah, basically Toby had a large pair of oversized glasses they would hold up, and then the cameraman would rack focus and go back, blurring it as the lenses came into frame to pull off the illusion of out of focus, his eyes being out of focus.
Weird.
Now, something you maybe don't notice, but look really closely at his wallpaper. Can you tell what the design is on the wallpaper? It's little spider webs.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
You can't really tell.
You can't really tell. It's
No.
our own little
But
inside.
it's there.
It's Neil Spizak who designed the production. It's his little secret.
Right.
This was all done on a set. The entire house on the Columbia Pictures lot. This bedroom.
Okay.
I remember Jeff designed that for us, Jeff Haberstead, our stunt coordinator, that the distance between the rail and the wall so that Toby could learn that stunt of running along the wall.
Hey, Michelangelo, don't forget we're painting the kitchen right after school. Got it?
Sure thing, Uncle.
What a great job Neil did with their house, too. Every time I see this, I think I'm walking in my grandparents' house.
Teenager. Raging
Neil and his art directors really studied the homes in that Queens area where this exterior was shot.
Yeah.
And really patterned it precisely after the interior decors and the add-on front porch that was made into an entry hall. All those details, the cracking plaster, the mix of wallpaper and paint from different areas where that front room was added on.
Hi, MJ. Hey, MJ. I don't know if you realize this, but we've been neighbors.
I remember our prop guy was driving this bus.
Yeah, Martin.
Martin. He's a brilliant prop guy, but let's just leave it at that. Never heard such grinding of gears.
I'm not.
This was actually originally planned to be a kind of more elaborate scene where he, more than just than sticking to the banner, he was then going to leap out of the way of a truck. And but we ended up cutting it both for budgetary and time purposes.
Better subtle though. It's like,
yeah, it actually
would have
worked.
been too much with the jumping the bus thing too.
Osborne's mansion was also designed and shot here on the Columbia Pictures lot in Culver City. This interior. I remember Danny Elfman saw this place and said, I want to live there.
Yeah.
I said, Danny, no, that's the home of the villain. You don't want to live there. He loved the design of this particular room.
And I remember if you look in this room, you'll see a wide variety of masks that Karen O'Hara, our set decorator, went to great pains to get. Some of them are quite valuable, and they're all quite beautiful. They did a really great job, just with the background stuff of telling the story of his love of masks and tribal masks.
What about it?
It's been stolen.
That's Bill Paxton's dad in the background there.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
John Paxton.
He's a great actor. He's in Simple Plan for us, too.
Yeah, he is. He argues with Bill about feed or the day of the month.
That's right. He's really funny in that picture.
Not CGI, by the way. That little
That's
catch
for
thing.
real.
That's all Toby.
That's
Which is pretty impressive. And they put sticky glue stuff to, stick his hand to the tray too.
many takes of those items flying here, remember?
Yeah, there was.
This was actually a scene that we had the scene in what subsequently transpires, but the studio had asked us to actually cut the tray part because we'd originally had 2 days scheduled for the scene, and then in the the vicissitudes of production, we had to cut some time, and they wanted us to cut it a day, so we made it that we were going to shoot it in 1 day. And that part of the scene was going to have to go. But Sam and I really, really wanted it.
So great. And
so we said,
love that.
we're going to do it anyway. And so we did shoot this scene in 1 day, although it was an extremely long. You remember how long it was?
God,
it was like a 16-hour day.
I know.
But thank God we did it.
Yeah, because you know what? People love that. And that is used as one of the clips, too, whenever we do our publicity. People love that scene. It's so cute because he's learning his powers and he saves her.
Harker?
The school was also built by Neil on stage here at Columbia. I love this set. It's 1952 school hall.
That sequence of the Spidey sense was something that we began designing actually kind of late. We were in production already, and the shot was one of the last things finished. It wasn't the absolute last. The absolute last thing finished was the very last shot of the movie, which took 18 months from the time we started talking about it until it was the very last thing that came in the movie. But this was also came in quite late.
John composited all these pieces, shot the fist, shot the background. He really did an excellent job putting these effects together for us.
I loved your idea there of showing Peter's POV while in mid-backstand.
Which one?
Looking up at MJ. It's a great shot.
That was Don Burgess' idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let's pick up a piece of
oh, cool.
Peter's point of view at that moment. I thought that was a great idea.
Joe, who plays Flash, he was kind of an unconventional choice because he didn't really look like the Flash in the comic book, but we just liked him. Thought he had a great quality.
Peter, it was amazing.
Watching Toby think on screen. He's got so much going on. I love in that sequence how he's coming to realize these powers. He doesn't quite know what's happening, but he's kind of secretly thrilled. Once he finally delivers that knockout punch, he's stunned, and it transitions into like, oh yeah. And then this fear starts to creep over him, this change that's happening to him. And that's what overwhelms him, and the confusion of that drives him out, and he plays it all silently.
Yeah, he's great.
I want more wall climbing in the sequel.
I know,
love
this,
the climbing.
I love
the climbing
this.
is the best part.
And every time I see it, I get excited. Like that
Mhm.
one part where after Uncle Ben is killed and he's like hopping and wall climbing, and it's just so exciting. It's hot.
I have a funny story actually about the wall climbing that comes later. I'll tell it later.
Oh, really? I remember Toby doing that. He was on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Do those few runs. That
This was
so
a
funny.
really complicated business to get this sequence.
Isn't it sad too? It's like so much hard work and nobody realizes it for like split seconds.
Well, it's better that they don't know.
No, I know,
Right.
but
Rex,
they'll appreciate it in the DVD.
Go Webb!
I love
this is hilarious.
This is really cute.
Up, up, and away, Webb!
This was Toby improvising with much encouragement from Sam.
Toby can be
Yeah.
so funny.
Really funny.
He's really funny. He's really a great Peter Parker, I thought, in this film.
Yeah.
He's really amazing. Amazing.
This was hard in a way because it was the first place where we actually see the webs, and among the many challenges of the movie, certainly making something that looks like a web that a human-size Spider-Man could swing from was one of the biggest challenges. And a combination of, obviously, practical webs and CG. This is really fun.
I know. Wow. And then I love that the next shot's like, ooh, running home. It's like such a little boy, like, oh, I'm hurt, I'm hurting, I'm running home.
We painted an image on the wall, and we'd had various ideas for what that should be, and then Neil came up with this notion that it's for a talk radio, sort of drive time radio show, and it's like the spider on the windshield.
Yeah,
as
that's
Kirsten
so amazing.
pointed out.
Well, no,
Yeah.
it just came to me. I was
That's
like,
right.
oh my God, it's
That's
brilliant.
right. Now, little known fact, the woman who plays Mary Jane's mother is my co-producer Ian Bryce's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
And
also
she
an
loved
actress
wearing
in her own right.
She loved wearing those leopards. She got the
She did,
sleaziest
yeah.
outfits. I loved it. This scene was shot at about 6 a.m. the night before I turned 19.
On Kirsten's birthday.
Yeah, 19, yeah.
It was actually, so it was
on my birthday.
we were shooting in the morning, which was your birthday,
Right, exactly.
and we celebrated.
Yes, I got a cake. It tasted like, it was a cool cake because it was like a breakfast cake in a way. It was like strawberry jam and, I don't know, bagel. I don't know, it was weird. It's good.
We were fighting the sun
Oh, yes.
and the birds, which
Yeah,
if you
on
listen
Toby's
carefully, you
close-ups,
can
yeah.
hear the birds.
Just on Toby's, though,
Right,
more.
the sunrise birds.
I got to say mine. And you can see my long underwear, too, in the shot.
And can we tell that you're wearing your very own coat?
Oh, yeah, that's my
Because we originally were going to shoot the scene without the coat, but it was freezing. And that
I
was
would've
your
killed you
coat
guys.
that we all love.
Photographer. Worked my way through college.
I think this scene was shot on Kirsten's 18th birthday. Is that right?
Can't wait to get
I think so.
So I remember there's a big cake
Yeah.
at the end of the night.
Yep.
It's our last night in New York.
Very cold.
It's true. The whole crew had hoods on and scarves and gloves and hats. And
Act on stage.
Really?
She does such a beautiful job here, opening up a little window of her soul to Peter.
You're awesome in all this cool plays.
Really?
Maybe the first time MJ's ever really done that for
Cried
just
like a
somebody.
baby when you played Cinderella.
Peter, that was first grade.
Well, even so, sometimes you know people.
I remember a lot of the scenes. In this case, Toby and I just had to keep cutting down the dialogue and cutting it down
What do you see coming for you?
to just find the minimum that we could say.
I don't know.
Although David Kep did a great job writing it, and then Alvin Sargent did a beautiful job polishing it. When we got there, we just realized that less had to be said to make it work.
For you?
Yeah, I think that garage back there became your guys' office between takes. Or the next door garage, the door would come up and you guys would work out of the office. Or out of the garage.
You're taller than you look.
I hunch.
We were really racing against the sun this night, I remember.
Mostly because that's last-minute edit session for the performance.
Yeah.
My new birthday present. Come on.
Okay, Grant, what kind of car is that?
It's a Dodge Viper.
Is it really? Not a Viper. I
No,
thought it
it's
was the lower-end version.
It's not a Viper, it's a Dodge Crate. Yeah, thank you. What is that thing?
Hey, go scratch the leather.
It's pretty. Our transportation coordinator, Randy Peters, let me drive it home one night when we had one in Los Angeles. I think it's a Dodge Prowler. Is that it?
I think you're right. It's a brilliant idea of Stan Lee's originally to have Peter enter a wrestling match where those colorful costumes are a must to develop the Spider-Man costume. I always thought that was a smart way to have him originally come up with an outfit.
Yeah.
This was one of the Marvel artists who we got to do some of the sketches so that the design of the costume would look like the comic books for the comic book aficionados.
Jeff Lynch shot a lot of the drawing of the costume for me, and that artist did a lot of the actual illustration like you suggested.
Yeah.
We did have this. Remember, Kirsten, we had this scene of you dancing in the window.
Oh,
there
yeah,
was
but
this
that was
was
super evocative.
initially this sequence took place over a number of days, and so and at one point in the scene, Peter looks out his window and Mary Jane's dancing.
Oh wait, no! Remember,
What were
I
you
was first
dancing?
dancing in my underwear.
Yeah.
and then in a leopard thong. No, not really.
No, then we covered
But,
you up.
yeah, then I wore pajama pants because it was a little too much.
It was cute.
Oh, now I see their spider webs.
See the
kind
spider
of.
webs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You're acting so strange.
I love this. What do you?
This is hilarious.
Okay, thanks. Like such a little boy.
That was
So
a
cute.
Toby ad lib.
That's pretty
That
cute.
came out of the scene with her. I love that. I love the
Yeah.
webs.
Oh, it's cool.
Meanwhile,
Something's bothering him. Maybe he's too embarrassed to tell me what it is. Maybe I'm too embarrassed to ask him, you think? I don't know. I just don't know anymore.
Hey, going to the downtown library. I'll see you later.
Oh, yeah, wait, Pete. I'll drive you there, buddy.
Oh, no, I'll take the train.
No. I need the exercise. Go on. Go.
He needs the exercise. That's a funny line.
There's the car, Sam. An 88 Oldsmobile Delta, 1973.
It's a 1973 Delta 88 Oldsmobile. Kids, it's currently for sale. If you'd like to own a piece of the Spider-Man movie, just contact me. There's a little problem with the radiator, but otherwise, I would highly recommend it to compliment any connoisseur's motion picture prop movie collection. No collection is complete without it.
What was I supposed to do? Run away?
No, you're not supposed to run away, but Pete, look, you're changing. I know. I went through exactly the same thing at your age.
No, not exactly.
Peter, these are the years when a man changes into the man he's going to become the rest of his life. Just be careful who you change into. This guy, Flash Thompson, he probably deserved what happened.
Cliff made this scene work.
Yeah, he did.
Beautifully.
Doesn't give you the right to.
It's one of my favorite scenes in the picture.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
Are you afraid that I'm going to turn into some kind of criminal? Quit worrying about me, okay? Something's different. I'll figure it out. Stop.
Plus, I kept Cliff up till like 2 a.m. the previous night because we were, again, recutting this scene.
Yeah.
Just trying to make the dialogue play and rewriting it.
Yeah.
He got to the set, he was exhausted because it was like a 6 a.m. call, and so he had probably like 3.5 hours of sleep.
Yeah, he did a great job that night.
Pick you up here at 10.
I love that Danny played the theme here too. It's such an interesting impulse. He had these two themes going, really, Peter's theme and Spider-Man's theme.
Right.
And they, they would each derive from the other, but I love that he played that right there. This was pretty funny. That's a Bonesaw. That's Randy Savage, and he's obviously a wrestler. And when he came to audition for us, I just fell in love with his voice. Like amazing that voice.
Do you remember when Randy Savage came in and met with you for the first time on this?
I can't remember our first meeting.
Yeah, you were asking him what type of moves that he thought would be good on screen and stuff like that. And I'll never forget, he grabbed Ian Bryce, our producer, his head, and he shoved him between his legs, and he demonstrated a pile driver on Ian. I thought he was going to kill Ian and snap him in two, and Ian's face was turning red, and Randy just kept going and working him over, but felt so sorry for Ian.
There's my buddy Bruce Campbell. I love the fact that he would do this for me, be in this picture. Only wish I could have punished him in some way. The audience seems to enjoy Bruce's performances in films relative to the amount of punishment that he endures in that picture. You remember that young lady's name?
That's Octavia Spencer, the check-in lady. Is that who you're asking?
Yes.
Yeah, she did a great job.
And she was Francine Maisler's assistant.
Sometimes, yeah, she comes in and helps. She did a really good job for us.
I remember we had footage of those women beating up that poor Russell, kicking him in the face and the stomach once he was down, but we just didn't have time to incorporate everything in the picture.
I love Bruce's Cadillac medallion that they put on him.
James Atchison gave him, yes.
He's entered the arena at this time. If he can withstand just 3 minutes in the cage, with Bonesaw McGraw, the sum of $3,000 will be paid to...
What's your name, kid?
The Human Spider.
The Human Spider, that's it? That's the best you got?
Bruce is so great.
That sucks.
Now, you probably won't admit to it, but if you look really closely, I think I remember who pushed Spider-Man out onto the platform that day. I think that's Sam Raimi.
Just the hand.
Yeah.
I love shoving Spider-Man around.
No, he got my name wrong.
Get out there, you moron.
Yeah. Yeah, that was actually one of our PAs, Reese, who shoved him out, but that was your hand. And I think I remember who's throwing the popcorn at Toby here as well.
How dare you?
Yeah, well, you're not as nice as everybody says. Somebody's got to tell the truth someday.
Well, I guess it was a pleasure working with you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Oh, my legs. Oh, God, I can't feel my legs.
That's something, that line came from a real story. Rob Tappert once was driving in Detroit, and he had just, my partner, a good friend, and he was going past an automobile accident. They were pulling some guy out of the car, and that's what he was screaming.
Oh, really?
My legs, oh God, I can't feel my legs. As horrible as it was.
How twisted.
That's why it's in the picture. Really wanted to give Peter Parker had tasted what was to come.
Some kind of mistake. I didn't sign up for a cage match. Hey, unlock the thing. Take the chain off.
Mark Andrews, our storyboard artist, contributed an incredible amount to this whole fight scene. A lot of the ideas in this scene are his, and was really guided by his brilliance in his great storyboarding. Do you remember Mark?
Oh yeah, great guy. He was an animal. He could just crank those out. He had such great ideas too.
And then a lot of these fighting moves were developed by Jeff Haberstadt and others by Chris, our stuntman.
Yeah, Chris Daniels did a lot of great work. Great Spidey pose reference. He did a lot of homework, and he really knows his Spider-Man poses.
And then some of the ideas just came from watching those big-time wrestling videos, like with the chair, beating him up with the chair.
Oh, yeah. And Randy had a lot of great input on all this. And wasn't this one of the first sequences we filmed with the wrestling arena?
Yes, it was. Because I remember they had a big press conference, and it took place in this arena.
Yeah.
That's right. Ian scheduled it early for some reason.
Well, we had to film it so we could make way for the balcony sequence in Times Square that was filmed on the same stage. We had to film here and then get out.
And all of those guys in the crowd did an incredible job. All the extras, they put so much into the screaming and the jumping. So much energy went into that. And I could tell they really loved Spider-Man, and that's why they were there.
Yep.
So I think we got a better performance than you usually get from those extras because they were such fans of the comic book.
Cash Oshman was the extras casting director on that. He did a really good job giving us a lot of great people.
$100. The ad said 3,000.
I like Neil's set in this room and in the hallway and the sound job. They both work to tell the story that this is some subterranean area of the arena.
Yeah.
Which is a hard thing to communicate.
Well, that's my problem.
The wrestling promoter is played by Larry Joshua. He's always been one of my favorite character actors.
This is such a pivotal scene and so much right out of the comic book, and something that we felt we had to really, do in a way that the fans would recognize it.
Right.
It is obviously the scene upon which the whole story turns.
Thanks.
What the hell's the matter with you? You let him go. Cut him off.
Look at the rake to the ceiling. That's what I was referring to when I mentioned that Neil had designed this place to seem like it was underneath the stadium. It's just great. I love Toby's face here. He's a sinner. He's let pride and anger rule. You see a look in his face there that you won't see anywhere else in the picture. He's full of himself. Feels like his own bitter justice has been served. The guy deserved it.
Sir, you gotta get back. Get back, all right?
The sin he'll end up paying for the rest of his life.
Keep moving, please. Keep moving. Let's go. What happened? Someone got hurt.
Down.
Excuse me.
Stay back. Hey, stay back. Stay back.
That's my uncle. What happened?
Carjacker, he's been shot. Look, we just called the paramedics. They're on their way. Hey, stay back.
Uncle Ben?
When Cliff Robertson was a real sport in shooting this, I remember. It was probably 3 o'clock in the morning. It was freezing cold. And we'd say, okay, let's get this set up, a cliff on the ground. He'd always just throw himself right down on the cold concrete.
Yeah.
No screaming for a Fernie pad or any of that nonsense.
Yeah.
He would just be waiting for the camera crew throwing himself down on the concrete and waiting for the camera set up to come in.
He's a real professional.
Remember, it was written originally that Cliff was already expired when Toby's character came up to him. But I think it was his idea to say, why don't we just have me alive?
Yeah.
To make contact with Peter one last time. It's a great idea.
All right, folks, come on, help us out. Move back.
That alley that he just ran in was the same alley that he climbed up the wall in.
Mm-hmm.
We shot one in the day and this at night, obviously.
Yeah. Downtown Los Angeles.
I love this.
I have a funny story about this. We did a test of the CG Spidey climbing up the wall, which was a very early iteration of this scene right here. And I took the test. I called Amy Pascal and John Callie, and I said, we put Toby in the suit, and we tested him climbing up, we put a wall on its side and tested him climbing up the wall. And I want to show it to you. We were in pre-production. I was trying to get more money for the movie, basically.
Right.
And I called them into the screening room, and they came down, and they watched it. It was CG.
Right.
But I said it was Toby in the suit. They went nuts.
Really?
They said, oh, my God, it's amazing. He looks so incredible.
Right. And then you're like...
Then we laughed.
Yeah.
This was a composite of Toby's real face put into the CGI Spider-Man. That was a very tricky move.
I really enjoy watching him struggle with his swinging. He's obviously never done it before, and it's really, if you watch closely, I love the subtlety that you and John Dykstra put together in here of him twisting and turning on one of these shots coming up, showing him struggling with his gift and curse.
Arthur Coburn was insistent, one of my editors, that we had to track his progression, that he had to have, as far as his development of grace, he had to be as awkward as possible in this early sequence to sell it. I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, it was.
I shot this car sequence with our second director of photography, Chris Faluna.
He did a lot of great second unit work for us. Chris is a gamer. He's so happy to be going. This is a beautiful set built by Neil.
It's supposed to be the interior of the abandoned part of the New York Port Authority building, where the old ferry used to arrive every day.
Who's there?
Don't hurt me. Just give me a chance. Just give me a chance.
What about my uncle? Did you give him a chance? Did you?
Great moment.
Very powerful.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Again, this is this moment that is so much a trigger and so integral to what made the whole story work in the comic book. And I've heard a lot of discussion about, there's this whole notion that Spider-Man doesn't ever kill anybody, but he has to be responsible for this guy's death. So the guy actually trips, but the whole sort of ethic of Spider-Man is he defends people, but he doesn't ever
Kill
really
them.
Yeah, even of course with the Goblin, who's
He kills himself.
responsible for his own death. Yeah.
He just has a lot of good luck in that way.
And this was an image that we loved of which was also an early image Sam had of Peter on one of the eagles in the Chrysler building. Although if you know New York, you'll know that skyline is something that we made up, which was something we did often in the movie, where we took architecture that we liked and kind of manipulated it in the CG world. So it's New York, but it isn't, no street is maybe exactly photoreal, but it really is.
That's why I don't know. New York has never been shot in this way, and I think it's so inventive and beautiful and romantic in a way when he swings through the city.
Good evening, General. Good to see you. Our exoskeleton's got real firepower, General Slocum.
Well, if it does what you say it, Jan, I'll sign that contract tomorrow.
7, 16. He's clear, let's go!
I assume you're confident about this test?
Absolutely. Captain Curtis is our top pilot. Now, what about your commitment to Oscorp?
Nothing would please...
This entire sequence, starting with that Quest Aerospace stenciled on the crate, all the way through the explosions of the bunkers, shot by John Dykstra, my second unit director.
We are picking up an unidentified object, closing fast. What the hell is that?
Now your favorite transition is coming.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't.
That's really fun.
So cool.
That is really fun.
But Chess, Sam just mixes such a great, we have some action and then you come to the more humanistic things. And it's just so great how he balances all of that out. You're never the kids in the audience are never too scared because right after comes a happy thing or a sweet thing. Or it's just a great mixture of action to the storyline. It just blends very nicely.
Peter, the Science Award. That's terrific.
Yeah.
This, I don't know if I should tell these things or not. This scene was actually shot in on the Sony lot in front of the executive building because we only had a half a day to shoot the scene. So we didn't have time to go to a location. So we dressed up the front of the building and wouldn't let any of the executives get into their office on that morning.
But you know what? I kind of love it because now when I walk on the Sony lot, it's like, oh, that was our school.
That was
graduation. It'll always be there, and
That's
so
right.
it actually makes for a great tour spot on the Sony tours.
That's true.
Can I fix you something?
No thanks.
I love Rosemary.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah.
She's so beautiful, I think. She's magnificent looking.
Is.
She was funny, Rosemary, because she really didn't know anything about Spider-Man.
Really?
She was delighted to do... She'd worked with Sam on The Gift, and I knew her through mutual friends, but had never worked with her. And she was, she had no idea what she was getting into. So now she goes places, and of course she's recognized as Aunt May. She has a whole new following. It's a great scene.
Yeah.
I remember right before the camera rolled, I told Toby, your name is not going to be above the title.
I missed him a lot today.
I know. I miss him too. But he was there.
I can't help thinking about the last thing I said to him. He tried to tell me something important, and I threw it in his face.
You loved him. And he loved you. He never doubted the man you'd grow into. How you were meant for great things. You won't disappoint him.
Love Danny's score right here. It really takes you into the moment.
With great power comes great responsibility. Remember that, Pete. Remember that.
That shot was shot with an Earl Wiggins cam in downtown LA with the New York background. Great shot.
Doug Leffler shot this little scene for me, the whole robbery there.
Mm-hmm.
And these snippets were shot by Dick Buckley, second unit director.
I love that dog picture.
We called her the dog walker.
a load of this. Pulls up his hands, ropes. Come out.
These guys I actually found on a construction site. We were in shooting the scene in front of the library with Uncle Ben, and we were trying to get, like real faces, great faces. And I found these guys in this construction site. And they couldn't believe it. They said, "What do you mean? We're going to be in a movie?"
Oh, it's always better to get real people.
Guy with 8 hands.
Lucy Lawless, friend of Sam's. And this guy I love.
Yeah, he was really funny.
Doesn't he look like Owen Wilson? Kind of?
A little bit. He doesn't have Owen's great nose.
No.
Who is Spider-Man? He's a criminal. That's who he is.
I love him.
Vigilante.
He's fantastic. J.K. had worked with Sam in The Gift, and he came to see us in New York, and it was one of those, it was like meeting you, my dear. It was like, this guy has to play this part, born to play the part. And then once we got the hair, it's the thing about hair.
I know.
Once we got the hair, he was Jameson.
And Sam's brother's in this scene also.
Probably going to save somebody else. He's a
Like the Delta 88 and Bruce Campbell, Ted Raimi is in all Sam Raimi movies, and he's hilarious.
Whichever one's cheaper.
Mr. Jameson?
There's Sam's brother.
There's Ted, yeah.
So both Macy's and Conway's both have 3/4 the same.
We sold out 4 printings.
Sold out?
Every copy.
Tomorrow morning, Spider-Man, page 1 with a decent picture this time. Move Conway to page 7.
There's a problem with page.
And make it page 8 and give him 10% off. And make it 5%.
That can't be done.
He's really
so good, yeah.
And Sam loves to work with him because he loves to, it's such a big brother, little brother relationship.
Really?
He really likes to torture him. He makes him do, 12 takes. He's really kind of sadistic.
For a picture of Spider-Man. He doesn't want to be famous? We'll make him infamous.
It's a famous New York extra radio man that goes sneaking by right there. Do you remember him?
Sure do. Radio Man. He's a classic.
He was in For Love of the Game, but he found the cutting room floor. But he did a great job for us in that one too.
Around here. I'm begging for a job. How about you?
Oh.
Every time I see these two together, they really make a connection for me.
Yeah.
She gives a little bit of herself in everything she does. She's very generous.
In fact, I just got off the job.
That's great.
She's great at playing layers and levels of things. She's so embarrassed, doesn't want Peter to know. I see she's not a very good liar in the scene.
Excuse me, Miss Watson. I'm talking.
Busted.
Hey!
Yes, Enrique, okay? I get you.
Well, you better not happen no more, you hear me?
Peter even feels worse than she does about the whole thing. He's very empathetic.
There's the button.
Try my cream
Try my
pie.
cream pie.
That's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Don't tell Harry.
It makes you want to go to New York.
Yeah, that was a beautiful day, too.
It was. I love
Why not? Didn't he tell you?
Oh, yeah, right.
I think he'd hate the idea of my waiting.
There's like paparazzi guys too. Toby really pisses off the paparazzi guys. They're nicer to me. But
Really?
for some odd
Do
reason,
they go away when you tell them to go away?
well, they're just like nicer to me because, the more you act like, oh, don't take my picture, the more, I don't know, it's just a wave to them or whatever, and they go away then.
Right, give them their...
But Toby likes messing with them a little bit more. And they were all in his eye line. They just stayed out of my close-up eye line, but throughout his eye line the whole time, they were always taking his
Yeah, I remember
pictures
that.
and stuff like that.
Well, I'll come by and have some of your Moondance coffee someday. And I won't tell Harry.
No, don't tell Harry.
I won't. Won't tell Harry.
I love that location. It's right across from NYU. It was an amazing apartment where the exterior was shot. This, of course, was a set that Neil designed.
Yeah, this is
on
an
the stage.
amazing
Fantastic
apartment. Yeah,
set,
where did
yeah.
you get this apartment in New York? I'd love to live here.
Daddy got it for him.
Daddy.
Half of it on the phone.
They even have a nice
I'm glad
balcony.
you're here. I need your help. I'm really lost.
I remember when we worked on this set, Tobey Maguire had a lot of good notes for myself and Neil Spisak about the reality of the size of the loft apartment that these two would really have.
Yeah.
And the style of the furnishings. He really had a good much more realistic take on it, guided us from a character point of view, which is so important in making a picture, to listen to the actors and believe that they have the best take on who they are and what they know about their world, to listen to that.
Yeah.
See, I love this intrigue, this sort of the setup of the triangle. And Sam had said even early on that he wanted this, I guess, 90210 or Melrose Place. I don't watch those shows,
Like,
but that he
very soap opera.
Yeah, that he wanted these kind of teenage relationships to be moving in a parallel line with the superhero story.
Right.
What other skills do you have?
I really believe it. I really see that kind of
There's
behavior.
tension.
Seems really real to me.
Let's go. Watch the street.
And that was really me in the suit during this whole fight scene.
That was you.
Yeah.
You're very acrobatic.
No.
You're multi-talented. I saw Bring It On.
Sometimes.
I used to do those jumps.
Cheese.
Neil Spisak and his team had to come up with these pictures. They're very difficult because obviously Spider-Man can't be doing any of the things in reality that are needed in these pictures. We can't do it with an actor. So we had to really stage backgrounds and separate foreground elements and do a lot of composites and then clean up in a digital state. It was quite a big deal to come up with those pictures that Peter supposedly took.
Give you $300. That's a standard freelance fee. Tara, page 1. Run that photo.
I like that there's a slight old-fashioned quality to the whole film.
Mhm.
Like, it definitely feels like 50s comic book, even with what we wear. Like, I told Jim I really wanted to wear a trench coat in the film because it just signified for me that classic girl in the comic book kind of look and everything.
Yeah, I'm pleased about that we captured. Looks like a comic book.
Yeah, and it has an old school feel to it, the movie, a little bit.
Newspaper selling clown. Maybe I'll take him off your hands.
I was so happy that Elizabeth Banks took the job of Betty Brant out in the reception area here.
Best I can do. Get out of here.
Because the talented actress like that, I was able to have these actors make a moment, and there was really nothing there.
Bill Nunn did a great job as Robbie Robertson as well.
I'm Peter Parker. I'm a photographer.
Yes, I can see that.
He strikes out everywhere.
Yeah, he strikes out. But at the same time, I see on his face that, as lame as he is, he's actually achieved one of his dreams. So he feels a sense of fulfillment.
Yeah.
In short, ladies and gentlemen of the board, costs are down, revenues are up, and our stock...
Neil designed this set on the Warner Brothers lot, and it's one of his best accomplishments. It's really beautifully detailed, and he's created these depressions in the walls where he would hide these fluorescent tubes. Quite beautiful, giving it a lot of dimensionality.
Why wasn't I told?
The last thing they want is a power struggle with entrenched management.
The deal is off if you come with it. The board expects your resignation in 30 days.
But you can't do this to me. I started this company. You know how much I sacrificed? Oh, Max, please.
Norman, the board is unanimous. We're announcing the sale after the World Unity Festival. I'm sorry.
You're out, Norman.
There's the Goblin theme.
Welcome to Oscorp Industries Unity Day Festival. Let's hear it for Macy.
What a complicated shot that is right there. When you've got Downey, you've got New York background plates, you've got pieces shot on the stages here at Sony. Very complex. Took us a long, long time to design that shot. And a lot of these shots here in the Times Square sequence. Neil did a great job working with Don Burgess and John Dykstra and his team over there. Just seamlessly tying a lot of locations together.
Don Burgess had a very difficult job in shooting all these different elements to fit together, lighting-wise.
Yeah.
That is obviously a stage shot here. The last shot of Parker was shot on the streets of Downey.
Yeah.
And then you're right, he had a lot of New York photography, and it all had blend together seamlessly.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're beautiful.
Remember this drama of trying to
Yeah.
find the dress? I love that dress.
Yeah, it's good. Makes sense too because it's not an expensive dress.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Great choice.
Jamie, do me a favor. I forgot my drink inside.
I also like that line where he says, why didn't you wear the black dress? My father loves black. I think it's a funny line.
Oh, Harry. Have you seen my father around? Well, I'm not sure if he's coming today.
This was the most complicated, without question, the most complicated thing we did in the movie, even in some ways more complicated than the end. And we would have these meetings. We would have these weekly or bi-weekly or sometimes daily, what we called Times Square meetings. Starting from the very beginning when we made the decision to set this scene in Times Square, the logistics of how to do it and how to get the shots. And the building where you guys are on the balcony is obviously a building that Neil made up. Doesn't
Right.
really exist in Times Square, but we had to fit it in geographically. And then there were plates that were shot for this stuff up in the sky. And then there was a gigantic set built, of course, in Downey. So even in terms of even though it's like a 5-minute sequence, in terms of the resources and the shooting time, we probably shot between the set and the location 3 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
So it
close
really
to
was a
yeah.
big deal. There was Stan Lee. There's Stan Lee.
Yeah. And Laura's daughter's coming in.
My daughter. And one of the stuntmen who just fell was a guy who played Spider-Man on the TV show.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Remember that?
Yep.
Oh, here we go, Kirsten.
Oh, here starts the screaming match. Hold your ears. Oh my God. I kept telling Sam, I love that shot. Just
great.
Okay, yeah. Girls in movies who scream really annoy me. At the end, I got a little annoyed by my screaming. At the end of the movie.
I love that. It's one of my favorite things. The pumpkin bomb was kind of fun because, the goblin was full of, there's my daughter.
Yeah. Hi, Julie.
The goblin has this bag of tricks, and when we were sitting and thinking about it, what would a pumpkin bomb look like? Who would think of such a thing to begin with?
This kid's stupid, man. I know he's in shock, but
He's
just
our,
move already.
that's
Wouldn't
our
your mother go in and move you if your mother? I mean, hello, what an
can't get
awful
to him.
mother. Oh yeah, whatever.
Hold it right there! Surrender!
Willem demanded to do all his own fighting. He felt that the character had to be consistent, and that it would show if he didn't. If he let stuntman do his work, he knew it would be a stuntman. It wouldn't sell. Not that the quality of the work would be poor, but it just would be not the same character that he had created and seen through from beginning to end.
And the strafing run, this is him on the glider right there.
That's right. That behind shot.
Yeah.
Shot by Max Clavin. It was really a good, well-designed glider gag that Max came up with.
Yeah.
Hanging off the camera car on a Ubangi on wires. Worked beautifully. The storyboard artist, mostly Doug Leffler in this sequence, did a great job designing all this. He had a lot of help from Neil Spisak in the production department, obviously, with balloons and the set, and also Jeff Lynch and Dave Steffen contributed a tremendous amount to this. But really, my hat's off to Doug. He's such a great visualist.
And I remember with this sequence, it's so complicated. Andrew Jimenez really added a lot with his skills and working this whole sequence out.
He did, and Karen Galikas contributed quite a bit. She was on the picture. And also John Dykstra and the whole animation team made each and every shot come to life. But finally, it couldn't have been put together unless we had, in this case, Bob Murawski, who really worked these pieces as the editor, made them all come together.
And that was a great swinging shot by our stuntman that Jeff Haberstadt put together. They shot it over the blue sky, over the ocean, because there's obviously no green screens that big. So they shot that out the ocean. Beautiful swing.
I thought Neil Spisak really came up with a beautifully romantic location here for the moment between Peter and Mary Jane.
He really did his homework. I mean, I've talked to a lot of New Yorkers that didn't even know that this existed on top of the Rockefeller Center roof garden, and it's such a beautiful place up there with the church in the background. Starting to swing a little better.
Incredible. What do you mean he's incredible?
I love when he swings off and lets loose that yell. It's really like the high of public service.
Yeah.
You know, you've done the best you could do to help others, and I feel like that's what he's celebrating.
Yeah.
That's really why it's so effective to me.
And he runs along that building. I really love that moment.
The fellows in the animation department came up with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was Anthony, our animation director.
Yep.
And, like, what do you mean incredible? All right, I'm sorry. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bug you.
Alvin Sargent wrote that scene. It's one of my favorites. So funny with James Franco on the phone with MJ. You just imagine, obviously, the other side of the conversation. And then, after being dumped on, and he hangs up the phone and he turns and says, "She's just a little rattled." What else would he be thinking?
I didn't.
I'm gonna get some rest.
I'm gonna stay up for a while.
What was that thing?
I don't know. Whatever it is, somebody has to stop it.
That moment was always important to me because I felt it was Peter Parker stepping up to the responsibility of Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody there?
Somebody. Who said that?
I love this sequence with Willem. It really takes you to the depths of the insanity that his character is starting to plummet down into. And I really love the device you came up with the mirror, showing his two different personalities and interacting with his two different personalities.
You know, that was in the script, and I think it was all made to work just only through Willem Dafoe's performance.
Yeah.
Did you think it was coincidence? So many good things all happening for you. All for you, Norman.
What do you want?
To say what you won't. To do what you can't. To remove those in your way.
The board members.
You killed them. We killed them.
We?
Remember your little accident in the lab?
It's this lesson that, you know, that you learn all the time about how much you need to communicate for the story, what's going on, and how much an actor brings, you know, to the storytelling. Initially written, it was probably like a 3.5-page scene or something. And the revelation as we went along in the process was you could get everything you had to get from a storytelling standpoint, as well as the emotional stuff that was going on with the character, much more economically.
Spider-Man and the Green Goblin. The Green Goblin, you like that?
Mr. Jameson.
Made it up myself. These weirdos all gotta have a name now.
Mr. Jameson, Spider-Man.
Hoffman?
Yeah?
Call the patent office, copyright the name Green Goblin. I want a corner every time somebody says it.
How about green meanie?
Spider-Man wasn't attacking the city. He was trying to save it. That's slander.
It is not. I resent that. Slander is spoken. In print, it's libel.
You don't trust anybody. That's your problem.
I trust my barber. What are you, his lawyer? Get out of here. Let him sue me. Get rich like a normal person. That's what made this country.
I remember shooting that scene with the cigar flying back into the window. Usually it would miss the table. Sometimes it would land in J.K. Simmons' lap, burning him. It's a dangerous scene to have that hot thing flying at him from behind. One of my favorites to shoot.
You are useless.
Jane Alexander did such a great job with his hair. So J. Jonah Jameson, it's just, he's great.
Hey, kiddo, let Mom and Dad talk for a minute, will you?
Wake up, little spider. Wake up. No, you're not dead yet. Just paralyzed temporarily. You're an amazing creature, Spider-Man. You and I are not so different.
I'm not like you. You're a murderer.
Well, to each his own. I chose my path, you chose the way of the hero. And they found you amusing for a while, the people of this city. But the one thing they love more than a hero is to see a hero fail, fall, die trying. In spite of everything you've done for them, eventually they will hate you. Why bother?
Because it's right.
Here's the real truth. There are 8 million people in this city.
This whole notion of trying to see, at least see the eyes, even though we couldn't see any of Toby's features. And of course, I think the genius of what Sam did in the end of the movie was find a way to reveal Toby's face in the final scenes. Because as you can see, looking at this, you're limited in how you can act behind those masks.
Create. Or we could destroy. Cause the deaths of countless innocents in selfish battle again and again and again until we're both dead. Is that what you want?
Great animation that the fellows did it over at SPI. I love him leaping on that glider here. He seems like he's got to balance himself for a brief moment. He gotta grab a hold of the front of the glider to stabilize himself, and then it seems very real to me.
Yeah.
In spite of everything you've done for them, eventually they will hate you.
This was also shot in the Warner Brothers back lot.
It's me again.
Hey!
How was your audition?
Soundman gave me an ugly choice. He said,
Your mom.
you can have your cars in the background, or you can have your sound.
So you just came by?
Horrible thing to say.
Good. Needed to see a friendly face.
They made so much noise going over those wet city streets, those cabs.
Yeah.
Motion picture cabs are always in terrible shape. Loud engines, terribly in need of a tune-up.
Soap opera told me I needed acting lessons.
It's probably my favorite scene between the two of them. I really enjoyed.
$7.84.
I'd like a cheeseburger.
Alvin Sargent wrote this scene. Did a beautiful job with it, too.
He did a great job.
Come with us.
No thanks. How's it going with? Never mind. That's not my business.
It's not? Why so interested?
And Avi Arad had a great idea during this scene. He turned to me and said, maybe this is the point where she can finally say tiger,
I don't know.
which is what all the fans know is one of Mary Jane's favorite taglines.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So Kirsten then said, why don't I say it just as I leave at the very end? So together, I think they satisfied that one of 1,000 fan requirements.
Yeah. It's a great little punctuation mark.
Hey, check it out, man. Whoa.
This scene was further torturing of Kirsten in very, very cold weather and freezing cold water.
Now, this was not a fun scene.
Yeah,
Although I did like to do my little butt kicking.
you did.
I could see the sidewalks are higher on the back lots, so the water floods in the
Right.
street. You're up to water in your ankle.
This was tough because we were all bundled up in front of heaters, and you were out there for hours.
Squeezing my booty off.
Yeah, that was a
And trying to be romantic.
right. That's right.
I remember when we were doing the close-up dialogue without the looping, I was like screaming at him. I was like, "You're amazing!" Because we couldn't hear each other because the rain was so loud. Wait.
There was a secret door built into the side of that wall so that Toby could escape into it, and that the stuntman could then come down in that opening shot. Although this is Toby here. The first time you saw Spider-Man descend was the stuntman.
Does she know or doesn't she? You have that moment where maybe you know it's him?
Here? No, that's the
When
end
he
of the
sa-
film.
No, but when he says, I was in the neighborhood,
Oh, really?
and you're thinking, no? That's what I always think. Because he said to you earlier on,
I was in
the neighborhood.
Oh, no, I don't think
You don't
MJ's
think so.
that bright.
So
Or
That's
Kirsten.
funny.
No. I just
This
I wouldn't
came,
give anything
this was,
away there.
there was this wonderful image in the comic book of him with his, mask half off like that. And it was something that Sam had, another thing that he had in his head very early on,
I
to
know
have
that
this
image.
upside down kiss, which is so, I know it was painful, but it really is
I
a
hope he
signature moment of the movie.
I thought our two mixers, Greg Russell and Kevin O'Connell, did a great job mixing this picture for us. This scene they handled just beautifully like the old-fashioned movies. They let the rain all drop away. They brought up Danny Elfman's beautiful score. They just let the audience soar with the emotion of the thing, pushing away the reality of the moment. This was a great piece of location work in New York. And I was very impressed that they let us blaze that building as large as we needed to.
Yeah.
We really owe a great debt of thanks to the city of New York for that.
And John Fednich, he was our New York location manager. He did a lot of great work securing the permits and the permission to do that.
When Spidey swings in through that window, the one piece of animation that I love so much is when the animator lets his web get caught in the updraft of the heat, and it floats upward in a moment, right before they cut. Really captured the lightness of the web.
It's okay, your baby's fine.
Bless you, Spider-Man. Bless you.
The blanket has like no dirt on it or anything.
Now, come on, you guys.
God, there's somebody still up there.
I'm going. I'll be here when you get back. Not coming back, Chief. Go! Go!
This scene that John Fraser and his team of fire experts put together, I was really impressed by. The amount of fire and the fact that they pulled it off so safely was incredible.
Initially, we thought the suits were flammable, and we did all this experimenting with fire retardant. Scary, that's
So
scary.
scary that's
This sequence is just the action in this sequence is amazing. I think.
Like a moth to the flame. What about my generous proposal? Are you in or are you out?
It's you who's out, Gobby. Out of your mind.
Such a cheap line, but really cute.
Great.
You so Gobby. That's mine.
That's one of my favorite pieces of animation there. The fluidity of movement and the fact they really capture the awkwardness of the human form and its grace at the same time.
Yeah.
So I was impressed by it.
I love the weapons, though. This was another kind of a challenge that we'd had this notion about what Sam called razor bats, or these, the pumpkin bomb turns into these flying boomerang knife things. Scary.
Great sound design in here as well.
Steve Flick did a great job in putting these sounds together with his team of effects cutters.
MJ, stop goofing around.
Very relaxed.
Here.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry I'm late. Work was murder. I picked up a fruitcake.
Why, thank you, Mr. Osborne. We're so glad you could come.
And who is this lovely young lady?
MJ, I'd like you to meet my father, Norman Osborne. Dad, this is Mary Jane Watson.
Hi.
How do you do? I've been looking forward to meeting you.
Happy Thanksgiving, sir.
Now, where is Peter? He better have remembered that cranberry sauce.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't know he was here.
Peter? Peter?
The Spider-Man mask obviously wasn't made to come off so easily. James Atchison really had to design one just for that shot that could be pulled off in an instant. He knew it would never hold up to scrutiny, so he made certain that exactly what the shot would be and designed it for that.
Bit of a slob, isn't he?
All brilliant men are.
We actually put Toby up there.
You did?
You betcha.
This is one of my favorite shots coming up here. He looks up, he's not there. When we come back down, he's already a step ahead of us. Furious about it.
Hey, everyone.
Peter.
Hey. Sorry I'm late. It's a jungle out there. I had to beat an old lady with a stick to get these cranberries.
Oh, Peter. Thank you. Yeah. Now then, everybody sit down, and we can say grace.
Okay.
Here we go.
I remember the turkey in this scene had been sitting around for about 2 days. It put off this terrible, rotting, horrible odor. People had to pretend that it was a delicious-looking thing. In fact, it was nauseating.
Will you do the honors?
Created an awful stench that turned your stomach.
Why, Peter, you're bleeding.
Oh, yeah. I stepped off a curb and got clipped by one of those bike messengers.
Oh, let me see. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that looks awful.
Oh, it's nothing.
I'll get the first aid kit. Then this is the boys' first Thanksgiving in this apartment, and we are going to do things properly.
What did you say that happened?
Bike messenger. Knocked me down.
You'll excuse me. I've got to be going.
Why?
Something has come to my attention.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, just fine. Thank you, Mrs. Parker.
This sequence, it's such good movie making because it's so entertaining and it's such good, concise storytelling. You know, it's such a pivotal moment in the movie
Jane, now you have to leave? I gotta go.
where everything, comes together and all the conflicts all the rest of the movie is set in motion.
Because she likes your personality? What are you saying? Your mother was beautiful, too. They're all beautiful. Until they're snarling after your trust fund like a pack of ravening wolves.
You're wrong about her, Dad.
A word to the not-so-wise about your little girlfriend. Do what you need to with her, then broom her fast.
In that moment with Mary Jane Watson, I love where Kirsten is hurt. And then she pulls it together and you see some anger come out. And then she decides she's not going to take it and she stands up.
So just keep your mouth shut about stuff you don't understand.
I love watching her go through those moments, that thought process.
Spider-Man is all but invincible. But Parker, we can destroy him.
I can't.
Betrayal must not be countenanced. Parker must be educated.
I do.
Instruct him in the matters of loss and pain. Make him suffer. Make him wish he were dead.
Yes.
And then grant his wish.
But how?
The cunning warrior attacks neither body nor mind.
Tell me how!
The heart, Osborn. First, we attack his heart.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
Rosemary was a real sport to go through this tremendous physical challenge, being thrown about that room with the wind fans hitting her hard and all the debris flying about around her. And I thought the CGI artist did a great job taking John Fraser's explosion on set, compositing it with her, and then creating some CG debris elements that flew past her that really put her in a explosion sandwich and sold the fact that she was there.
You're gonna have to leave right now. Those eyes, those horrible yellow eyes.
The other thing, of course, about the eyes, that scene was the first day we had the suit and we didn't have the eyes for the mask. They hadn't been, we'd never seen them, and we were shooting the scene, and we were literally running back and forth to the truck trying to figure out how opaque should they be, how yellow. In those eyes, you couldn't, when we first did them to get them to look right on camera, you couldn't see through them.
This was originally 3 shots. And I remember Don Burgess, at the moment when we were shooting it, had the idea to put it all together as one, which was a good idea. It was Parker, the hands, the picture, another angle of Parker, and his aunt. Maybe it was 5 or 6 shots. And he thought we could put it all together with one move. It turned out to be the best thing for it, because it had a grace in it that cutting would have broken up.
Will she be okay?
She's gonna be fine. She's been sleeping all day. Thanks for coming.
Of course.
How are you? I mean, you okay about the other night?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just felt bad about leaving Aunt May.
Have you talked to Harry?
He called me. I haven't called him back. The fact is, I'm in love with somebody else.
You are?
At least
Alvin Sargent did such a beautiful job of writing this speech by Peter.
it's not
So
talk about it.
No, go on.
heartfelt, and it really gives you a glimpse into the depths of his soul and his feelings for her.
Like a little girl with a crush.
Trust me.
It's funny. He saved my life twice, and I've never even seen his face.
Oh, him.
You're laughing at me.
No, I understand. He is extremely cool.
But do you think it's true, all the terrible things they say about him?
No, not Spider-Man, not a chance in the world. I know him a little bit. I'm sort of his unofficial photographer.
Has he mentioned me?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
I said, he asked me what I thought about you.
Yeah, one of my girlfriends who saw this scene said, "Oh, this is what the speech you want every girl wants a boy to make to her."
I know.
But also, this is one of the many moments when you see what we saw in that room in Berlin is what happened in this scene that made it work so great.
Yeah, Toby was easy to work off of,
Yeah.
Everything feels not quite
I
normal.
thought both Arthur Coburn and Bob Morosky did a great job with this picture. One of Bob's talents, which is seen in this scene, is his sense of performance and take selection. He really has a great talent to be able to go in and watch all the performances again and again, choose what I think is the best of the best.
You don't know,
That really plays in the moment.
except you know what kind of man.
Cut them against each other.
It's as if you've reached the unreachable.
His style of dress is another thing
You're
entirely.
not ready for it.
You said that.
No, something like that.
That was Harry's first day on the set. For some reason, he came in with black hair.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was the weirdest thing in the world. We had already figured out he was going to match his hair color to Willem Dafoe's, and he steps into a shoot, and he's got black hair.
He gets a laugh in this theater, the scene, because he's like, Dad, is that you? It's the most ridiculous.
But the laugh altogether is like such a signature of the character.
That's one of my funniest moments in the picture, where he comes in and hears the rantings and ravings of his father. It reminds me, in fact, it's based on, for me, I would come home and hear my mother upstairs saying things that she should have said to others during the day, but didn't have the guts. Mom?
Oh, he's loved her since the 4th grade. Pretends like he doesn't, but there's no one Peter cares for more.
So sorry. I haven't always been there for you, have I?
You're busy. You're an important man.
This is filmed in one of the great locations in LA. It's a huge mansion up in the Hollywood Hills.
That's right. And Neil Spisak so demanded that we not shoot here because he had learned that they had shot a scene from Batman here.
Yeah.
So he demanded that I not photograph it in any way that they had photographed Batman. And he made sure to decorate it in a very different way.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think anyone knows that, at least they didn't until this moment when you happen to tell the viewers. Bob came up with the idea of putting that scare in at that moment. Actually, it may have been Paul's idea.
It's Paul Hart, one of our assistant editors.
Paul's idea to put a good scare jolt moment in there.
Oh, yeah.
I think he did it as a joke, and then, like many things, I realized that some of the assistants' jokes were better than my editor's great ideas. So we took that and Bob transformed it into a full-fledged scare.
On your face since Mary Jane was here.
Hey, you were supposed to be asleep.
You know, you were about 6 years old when MJ's family moved in next door. And when she got out of the car and you saw her for the first time, you grabbed
This is a great scene that David Kep wrote. Reminds us of Peter's warmth for Mary Jane ever since he was a child. Helped set up the ending of the piece.
You sure did.
When he finally walks away from her, you're reminded just how much she means to him.
He's in love with her. She's still his girl.
Well, isn't that up to her?
She doesn't really know who I am.
Because you won't let her. You're so mysterious all the time. Tell me, would it be so dangerous to let Mary Jane know how much you care? Everybody else knows.
I'll be right back. Come on, pick up.
Hi.
Hey, MJ.
Sing your song at the beat.
MJ, it's Peter. You there? Hello? You there? Well, I'm just calling to check up on you. Will you call me when you get in, okay? All right, well, don't go up any dark alleys. Hello?
Spider-Man.
Such a great cackle.
Where is she?
We had actually played around with a lot of different locations for this ending. We knew that we wanted to be up high. That seems like a requirement of the storytelling, in Spider-Man and the Goblin who flies and Spider-Man who swings and all that. And then it hit us that the 59th Street Bridge was the place. Little did we know how difficult it would be to execute, because like the Times Square sequence, we couldn't actually go up there and shoot on the top of that bridge. When we first looked at the movie and screened it for the studio for the first time, they had to watch a sequence where MJ was on the bridge, but there was no bridge.
Oh, really?
And Spider-Man rescued her, but for half of the sequence, there was no Spider-Man. And we were trying to say, no, trust us. It's going to be okay.
Goblin, what have you done?
I read about 400 kids for those 10 kids in the tram.
I know you did. You were in the casting room with them forever.
I've spent about 4 days with 9-year-olds screaming at me and crying for me. It was painful. But they all did a great job. It's really tough. They go through a lot of emotions there.
The amount of hanging and dropping I did, it doesn't look like I did anything that you think there.
It doesn't. It looks like
Really?
that to
I
me.
did a lot?
Yeah.
But I was up there for 2 weeks straight doing stuff.
Yeah, you were hanging and falling. Well, remember when you did the audition, though, and Sam said to you,
oh, yeah,
and he said, are you in good shape? And you made a muscle?
Yeah,
you don't have a lot of muscle.
I don't have any muscle.
You're
I'm like,
non-existent
Sam.
muscle.
Sure, whatever you want.
This bridge sequence is one of the hardest things that I've ever done as a director. To think about how the real bridge worked and the blocking of the characters on the real structure versus the set pieces that Neil and his team built on the stages versus the CGI bridge that had to be constructed and the cheats that had to be made relative to the real bridge and the set pieces and the underbridge sets that went with it. There was so much to keep in mind. It got very, very difficult, I remember.
Do you think it was more complicated than Times Square sequence?
For me, it was. I couldn't walk the bridge.
Yeah.
These places where we shot this didn't really exist as a place that you could scout and know personally.
Yeah.
So a lot of it had to be kept in the mind or just done through photographs.
Exactly.
There's so much dimensionality to it, people moving from point A to point B. And I don't just mean left and right or backwards and forwards, but up and down, under the bridge, over the bridge, around the bridge. You really have to have a sense of it in your mind to make the scene work. So it was a real brain twister.
And always trying to keep in mind where you are geographically as compared to Manhattan and Roosevelt Island to keep the continuity correct.
That's right. I remember Dan Sweetman, a great storyboard artist, came in the second half of the editing and really helped me rework this sequence based on original work that Jeff Lynch, storyboard artist, had done. And then actually before that, based on work that I had done with another storyboard artist, Mark Andrews. Everybody really contributed to this sequence. Along with all the people at Sony Pictures Imageworks contributed an incredible amount under John Dexter's supervision.
That's some more great animation right there. What's the groaning cow there?
That's the sound of strain on the slowed down to, 72 frames a second, the sound of thousands of pounds of torque on this steel cable.
Toby's brothers are in the tram too. I think one of them was, yeah.
Yeah, and John Dykstra, visual effects supervisor, his daughter's in one of the tram kids.
Yeah, that's right.
John Calley's stepson is one of the tram kids. Everybody got in the act.
Yeah.
You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
took a long time to reset and do those shots. I remember all the prop guys and crew members running around picking up rubber pipes, and actually rubber chicken was slipped in there, but it took a long time to reload all the New Yorkers with objects to pelt Willem with.
Yeah. It's tough because you've got about 150 extras. You've treated them badly for about 2 days, and you give them objects to throw at you. It's a dangerous job.
This was a set constructed by Neil and his team of artists that we referred to as the Hulking Ruin, and a lot of beautiful design work done in here.
Misery, misery, misery. That's what you've chosen.
And this, to a large degree, actually exists. It's an old smallpox hospital on Roosevelt Island that's now abandoned, but Neil did take his cue from the actual hospital that's there. It's quite interesting.
I thought the mixers did a beautiful job in here. Toby did a great job looping, too. He'd have come up with 16 different ways to grunt.
Yeah, he did.
And it was Peter Menzies' idea to come up with that web that Peter uses to stop the goblin at the last second. He came in as my second unit director of photography just for this sequence.
You spun your last web, Spider-Man. Had you not been so selfish, your little girlfriend's death would have been quick and painless. But now that you've really pissed me off, I'm gonna finish her. Nice and slow. MJ.
Sam came in one day and said, I want him to have a trident. I don't know where that came from. With electric prods on the end.
Get him, Spidey. Your will is stronger than his. Kick his buttocks.
Kim Kahana did a great stunt here. We let this wall fall down on him. Willem did do almost all of his own stunts, but that was a great one done by Kim. Sam, I've always been curious. Is that arm coming out of the rubble anything? Is that all a wink to Evil Dead?
No, it's just a tribute to those old Universal horror pictures. The monster awakens.
The guys at ADI, Amalgamated Dynamics, did a great job with Willem's mask right there, letting us beat it up. And
they really did.
Yeah.
Mr. Osborn.
Peter, thank God for you.
There's a lot of great work done here, obviously, with Spider-Man's costume and the various stages. I remember we had numerous meetings about, getting him to the stage where you see him right here. A lot of great work done by Jim Atchison and Lisa Tomchesson and his team of artists over there in the costume shop.
Jim Atchison had a mock-up of the Spider-Man outfit on a dummy that he kept in the back of a truck.
Yeah.
He'd follow me around to location and keep lifting up the back tailgate of this truck and saying, "How about this, Sam?" And he'd take a razor blade to it and slice away more pieces and more pieces. He really worked long and hard on that. The battle-ravaged Spider-Man look.
Yeah.
As I believed in you. I've been like a father.
It was difficult because the whole costume works on tension, as Jim painstakingly told me again and again. You could only remove certain pieces and still have it hold together properly.
Yeah.
Ben Parker.
Yeah, actually, for the rain sequence, he had to ruin one of our costumes to make the head removable and peeled up like that and build special helmet.
This shot of Willem coming up was actually shot later. This one. You can tell because he was already in another show and he had to wear a wig. It's more like the David Bowie of Green Goblins.
Don't tell Harry.
I think we just wanted him, the reason we did that shot was we wanted him to say, "Don't tell Harry."
Yeah.
Rather than it being an act of kindness that Peter performs, not telling Harry. We wanted him to fulfill the last wish of Norman Osborn, this man who had been the surrogate father to him,
Mm-hmm.
so that he had an obligation, a friendship, to perform these last acts, to keep this dark secret.
So remember, this was our first day in New York. It was so cold and so windy. And once again, we had one day to shoot this critical end scene in the movie. But it was literally, must have been like 20 degrees.
I know what it's like to lose a father.
I remember the fellow playing the priest in the background kept asking me for a line. He kept saying, "I can't give it to you, just a background player in this."
Yeah.
He had about 10 different ideas how he could have a speaking part in this scene.
I swear on my father's grave, Spider-Man will pay.
I really like James Franco's performance in this scene. I really feel he's becoming his father, finally walking to that car that he was so embarrassed of
Yeah.
in the first scene. He's very understated. I think he's just brilliant in this last part.
You can feel the evil brewing inside him and the hatred. That's a great shot. He's almost walking to his destiny.
No matter what I do, no matter how hard I try, the ones I love will always be the ones who pay.
You must miss him so much.
It's been so hard without him.
There's something I've been wanting to tell you. When I was up there, and I thought I was gonna die, there was only one person who I was thinking of. And it wasn't who I thought it'd be.
There's so many questions when you go to shoot a scene. I remember Toby and Kirsten, they brought so much to this scene. But one of the questions was they weren't sure that we should do the kiss at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciate them going for it, giving it a shot. Because it turned out, and you never know it at the time, that it wouldn't have even worked without it.
Yeah.
Like I'm more than I ever thought I could be.
But we developed a great deal of trust throughout the course of the making of the movie, and they're willing to try things, and eventually they learn to trust you that if it doesn't work, that you won't keep it in the finished picture.
Mm-hmm.
Laura was a big advocate of it, too. I have to thank her for that.
Yeah.
Our producer.
Yeah, you had a great collaboration with these two. They're very talented and gifted, well beyond their years.
Toby did this scene, Toby screen tested for the job, and he did this a version of this scene, which was really the thing. The studio executives were actually in tears when they saw it, and that's when they said they knew he was absolutely the perfect choice for the movie.
You can't what?
Tell you everything. I mean, there's so much to tell.
Yeah. There's so much to tell.
Same if you were 19, would you walk away?
I want you to know.
I can't remember what it was like being 19.
I will always be there for you. I will always be there to take care of you. I promise you that. I will always be your friend.
Only your friend? Peter Parker?
That's all I have to give.
This scene was a great combination of David Koepp, Alvin Sargent, great input from the producers, and of course the actors.
Laura did a lot of great work on that
Whatever life
film.
holds in store for me, I will never forget these words.
As I watch him at the end here, I really feel he has matured, grown into the person
This is my gift.
that his uncle thought he could be.
Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.
And this is the shot. This shot was actually literally conceived 18 months before we delivered the movie. And they started working on the shot, and it was the very last thing that came into the last shot that went into the film just as we were finishing the dub. It's an absolutely amazing shot.
Yeah, it is.
This is Sam Raimi on behalf of the cast and crew and everybody who worked on Spider-Man. Thank you for watching the movie with us.